Hey guys, this is Dave with Moneyology.com. Today is Sunday, July 30th. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Today's video, we're going to do a recap of the energy sector and take a look and profile some of the top picks in the sector that we like. I encourage everybody to do your due diligence. This video is just for educational and entertainment purposes only, but hopefully this is a starting point to your investment success. Let's have a look at what we've got going on in the energy sector. So taking a look at light crude oil contract, what's clear right now is that oil is breaking out. We've had this downtrend ever since the start of 2017. I've called it when we had a peak of 55. I thought we were going to head to the 40s, possibly as low as the 30s. But what we've seen here is a very nice bounce and a breakout of RSI level resistance, which means the price is going to follow. Now, it's possible that we're going to have some consolidation at the 50 area, but would not be surprised if we take out the 55 area in the coming weeks and months ahead. So this is a great opportunity to develop a watch list if you don't already have one. Look at some of the stronger names in the sector, and depending on your strategy, buy either for the short or long term, because there are going to be some great opportunities in the sector. Taking a look at some of the actual ETFs. They, with only one exception, they all look very good right now. They all represent the same type of action, where the MACDs are crossing zero, the money flow is starting to pick up. Stochastics are breaking out above the 50 line. RSI is above 50 here on this DBE PowerShares Energy Fund. We think at the very minimum this is going to make a run towards 14 prior to hitting any serious resistance, but ultimately we think this is going to head much higher in the coming months ahead. Next on the list, a similar thing, RYE, Guggenheim, S&P 500 Energy Index. Look at this beautiful flag pattern that met support here around the 50 area. We've broken higher. Now RSI is going to find some resistance at the 50 on the weekly, but we think that it's going to break to the upside. MACDs are starting to curl, so you're seeing a lot of the same patterns exhibited in the ETFs. Here's another one, oil and gas equipment ETF, XES. We had this downtrend since February of this year. We finally broke above it, and although we've had a couple of weeks of pullback, this is actually very healthy when you break out and then you retest and consolidate it from the upside of the trend line. So we like this one here. There's probably a little bit more upside in this particular sector strategy because it's actually underperformed the other ETFs in the index. Oil services, OIH, another beautiful chart of downtrend breakout, consolidation, and we're looking for a break above this 27 area. We think when it happens, the run's going to be pretty nice towards 37.5. Again, same signs. Stochastics are starting to show strength. MACDs are starting to curl. RSI has broken the trend line pretty significantly. Now it's consolidating below this 38 level, which is a very important RSI point, and we think that much more upside is ahead. Another one, ETF, oil and gas exploration, XOP. Look at that. This is one of our favorites on the ETF side of things. Just a beautiful bullish flag pattern, bullish wedge here, finding support at around the 30 level, which was support many times in the past here. And MACDs are about to cross zero, and we think that this is going to have significant upside. First long-term target is 45. Next on the list is the small cap energy portfolio, PSCE, and this is where you want to be if you want to have a little bit more volatility, but more outsized gains as well. The small cap, they have a lot of opportunities. If you want to be more diversified, this ETF is the way to go. It's broken out above this downtrend, and for us, a long-term trigger is above this 15 area. When this breaks, we think that this is headed to retest the 22 area at a minimum. But a lot of great opportunities as we look at the individual charts. So let's take a look. One of the names we've pointed out a couple of weeks ago, ENRJ, Energex Resources, It's had this nice bounce. It's a nice run on very substantial volume above 30. Hit a high of 46. We trimmed some position, trimmed some gains, and now it's consolidated back above the 33 level. But MACDs are still starting to curl. This is very, very good positive signs. RSI is continuing to strengthen right below the 50, and we think that ultimately the long-term trigger is a break above 50, and once that breaks, this is going to head towards $1. So if you're a short-term trader, you could ride this towards 50. If you're a longer-term investor, 50 is a trigger to indicate a start of a new uptrend after this multi-year consolidation period. So you have to know your strategy, know your personality, and make your decision based on those factors. Next on the list is ENRJ Corp, ERF. Look at this beautiful chart. Consolidation for many months here between $7 and $9 a share. Finally, we broke out last week, and which coincided with a break above the 60 on the RSI. Frankly, there's very little resistance until $12, so we think that this is going to get to 12 in short order, and without knowing many of the fundamentals of this company, this is one for the ages if oil continues to break higher. Hornbeck Offshore, HOS, another one that has shown substantial strength in the last couple of weeks. Massive rally early in June, followed by this bullish flag consolidation pattern right below the middle Bollinger Band on the weekly chart here. And now it's finding strength again above this 250 area. MACDs are above 0 on the weekly. Stochastics are now above 50. This is going to run. And so the major move is going to happen when RSI breaks above 50 on the weekly RSI. It's not there yet, but we think that this is going to see $5 at some point this year, and frankly could happen in the next couple of weeks. Laredo Petroleum Holdings, LPI. Look at this beautiful breakout of this downtrend here on massive volume. MACDs are above 0. What often happens is when the MACDs cross 0, we often get a retracement down. So it's very possible we can correct back to the 12 area, but that would just be another buying opportunity. But longer term, this is headed to 16 to test the 16 area, and once that breaks, there's significant upside ahead. We're talking 100% gains on the horizon here should it break the 16 area rather. Next on the list is Northern Oil and Gas, NOG. If you look at this one, this is one that's going to have substantial gains should this downturn break. Obviously, they've had their issues, probably have a lot of debt, don't know anything about the company, so do your due diligence. But RSI finally broke above the 30 area, and we think that there's going to be some substantial upside should this downturn break. Our first target would be 2 for longer-term traders and investors. A trigger to buy and own this particular one would be a break above 2. If it does break above 2, we can be reasonably confident that a run towards 4 would be in the cards. Next on the list is Stone Energy Corp, SGY. One of my favorite charts here, but just because look at the how high the stock was. Clearly, they've got tremendous resource. Probably had a tremendous amount of debt, and probably had to reverse stock split, probably had to dilute. So we'll never get to this 28.36 point, but this is a massive bullish wedge pattern, and it appears like it's starting to break out. The MACDs are above 0. Volume is increasing pretty dramatically. Notice every run-up we've had was on large volume, and we're seeing it here again. RSI is breaking higher, so even though, look at this divergence, even though stock has been declining for the last 2 years, RSI has been basically flat, and now it's at one of its highest levels. So once this trend breaks above this 24 area, our real long-term target is 50 at a minimum, and that would be just the very beginnings of the potential here on this particular stock. TK Corp, TK. Another beautiful chart of massive base consolidation, and we're finally starting to break out. This is one where we can see a rally towards $15 to possibly $20 a share to fill this gap that was caused here by whatever move caused this to drop significantly. But I like this chart a lot, and the trigger here would be a move above 10, but it's only a matter of when, not if, that particular trigger happens. Next on the list is TK Offshore. Looks like this one's connected to the previous ticker TK, and this too, no pun intended, is starting to rally. It's starting to find significant volume. MACDs are starting to curl higher. RSI has had this nice rally above 30, retest and found support above 30. That's a very positive sign. And if you're a pattern trader, this is a bullish flag. Massive rally, bullish flag here, followed by a run higher. Our first target here on a trade would be $4 a share. And XLE, this should have been earlier on our watch list, but nonetheless, let's take a look at the energy sector ETF. Look at this bullish flag pattern here, this consolidation for 2017, all of 2017, divergence. So you love to see this when you're in an uptrend followed by a consolidation downward. MACDs aren't buying it. MACDs are moving higher and higher, and towards the tail end of this price correction, RSI started diverging higher. So we're right below 50. There might be a little bit of consolidation because we're still below the 50 and the 200 EMAs on the weekly around 68 area. But once that breaks, wow, I mean, this is going to be an exciting move in the energy sector. So a lot of people who are either short or not in the sector will be surprised, but there's a lot of upside here. We're very excited. One of the smaller caps, AREX, Approach Resources. Beautiful consolidation amidst an uptrend here. We think that this is going to be headed towards $5 in the coming weeks ahead. So we definitely like this name, and you want to keep this on your radar, either in your long-term portfolio or as a trade, but one of the better names on our watch list. Baytex Energy Corp, BTE, another one that's broken out. I don't have this downtrend right here drawn, but it's breaking out of its downtrend. It's right below the 50 on the weekly Bollinger Band. The MACDs, the stochastics, the cash flow index, the RSI, all is moving in a positive direction. Our target is $5 a share on this one. Next on the list is CBAK Energy Technology, CBAK. Beautiful chart. You've had this really nice basing pattern right above that 125 to 140, 150 area, and now we've had this flag formation. RSI always leads price, and what we see in RSI is a massive breakout above 50. So as soon as this breaks above this trend line, the first target, short-term target, is 175. For us, a long-term trigger would be $2 a share, and when that happens, we think that this is headed towards $5 at a minimum. So depending on your trading style and strategy, you make that call, but a lot of upside ahead for CBAK. Chesapeake Energy, CHK, another one of those names that's been hammered over the last couple of years due to the decline of energy and the debt on its balance sheets, but this is finally starting to show some strength. We've seen some divergence where price has been stagnant, but RSI was in a stair-step pattern higher over the last couple of weeks. And once this breaks $6, this is going to head towards $8. And if oil continues to break higher, as we believe it's just beginning to do, this one is going to be into double digits in the not-too-distant future. So definitely one you want to keep your eye on for. SID, not going to read this name. Beautiful chart, beautiful break of this downtrend here that we've seen since 2017. MACDs are firmly above zero now. We've had a consolidation right below the 250 area above the middle Bollinger Band. Beautiful chart. The first real resistance we're going to see is 310 once this 250 area is broken as early as this week. But this one has significant upside ahead, and if you want to own any company in your long-term portfolio, this is one to definitely consider. Eclipse Resources, ECR, beautiful basing pattern for the last 2 years. We love basing patterns, especially ones with massive divergence. We're above the 50 RSI. We had this nice correction after running towards $3 from a low of 160. We found support at the 50 level. That's extremely bullish. And Now we're starting to run. We've got this nice hammer pattern. The MACDs are at their highest level in 2 years, and that's definitely what you want to see. Our first target is $4 a share, but once that's broken, look out above. This one's going to really roll. And finally on the list is EcoStim Energy Solutions, ESES. Beautiful break of this downtrend, 3-year downtrend. We've broken above it. Now we've retested. Now it's starting to gain steam. MACDs are on multi-year highs. That's one of our strongest indicators. This is going to make a break towards $2 in the coming weeks ahead. And once $2 breaks, there is significant upside. $4, $6, $8, all of that will be tagged in the future on a new uptrend that's in the early innings. Bottom line, guys, energy looks good. One of the strongest looking sectors. If you're looking for bottom plays that are developing momentum, a lot of RSI and MACD and stochastic positive divergence. Whether you're a big cap, large cap trader, or a small cap or a penny stock trader, there are a lot of tremendous opportunities in the coming weeks and months ahead. Definitely a sector you want to be a part of once it starts to really find its footing. Thanks again for watching. Please follow us on stocktwits.com/moneyology or Twitter @moneyology. And we look forward to your feedback. We appreciate the follows and the subscribers, and any comments that you leave, we very much do appreciate. Any feedback that you offer that we can improve our videos, we definitely consider that. And any charts that you want us to take a look at, feel free to shoot me a private message on any of those platforms. We really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.